Our story takes us back to the 13th century, to a region teeming with history and conflict, Anatolia. Imagine a land bridge connecting Asia and Europe, a crossroads of civilizations. Here, amidst the collapse of the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum, a new power began to emerge. The Ottoman Empire, named after its founder Osman I, began as a small Turkish principality in northwestern Anatolia. These early Ottomans were skilled warriors and horsemen, fiercely independent and driven by ambition. Their strategic location, on the borders of the weakening Byzantine Empire, provided ample opportunity for expansion. The Byzantine Empire, once a formidable force, was a shadow of its former glory. Its grip on Anatolia loosened, creating a power vacuum that the Ottomans were perfectly positioned to fill. Through a series of conquests and alliances, the Ottomans gradually expanded their territory. This early period was characterized by constant struggle and adaptation. The Ottomans were not yet a major power, but they were learning, growing, and proving their mettle on the battlefield. They were laying the foundations for what would become one of history's most enduring empires. The Ottomans were incredibly successful in their early conquests. Their military prowess was unmatched, and they quickly gained a reputation as a formidable fighting force. They were experts in cavalry warfare, employing swift hit-and-run tactics that overwhelmed their enemies. But their success wasn't solely due to military might. The Ottomans were shrewd diplomats and administrators. They forged alliances with neighboring tribes, often through marriage, consolidating their power and expanding their sphere of influence. They understood that to build an empire, one needed not only to conquer but also to govern effectively. They introduced a system of meritocracy, where individuals were rewarded based on their abilities rather than their lineage. This attracted talented individuals from diverse backgrounds, bolstering their ranks. They welcomed scholars, artists, and craftsmen, creating a vibrant and cosmopolitan society. As their territory grew, so too did their wealth and influence. They controlled important trade routes connecting east and west, generating vast revenues that fueled their expansion. The world was taking notice of this rising power on the Anatolian Peninsula. Osman I, the eponymous founder of the Ottoman Empire, was a charismatic and visionary leader. He was born into a world of conflict and opportunity, inheriting a small principality on the fringes of the crumbling Byzantine Empire. But Osman I was no ordinary chieftain. He was ambitious, resourceful, and possessed a keen understanding of both warfare and diplomacy. He united the Turkish tribes in Anatolia under his banner, instilling a sense of shared purpose and destiny. He recognized the weakness of the Byzantine Empire and strategically targeted their territories, expanding his realm through a series of carefully planned campaigns. His victories brought him both land and prestige, attracting more followers to his cause. Osman I was not only a conqueror, but also a skilled administrator. He established a centralized government, laying the foundations for a strong and stable state. He introduced laws and policies that promoted justice and fairness, earning the loyalty of his subjects. His reign, though relatively short, was a period of immense significance. He set in motion a chain of events that would see his descendants rule over one of the largest and most powerful empires the world had ever seen. He is remembered as Osman Gazi, Osman the Conqueror, the father of the Ottoman dynasty. Fast forward a century, and we come to the reign of Mehmed II, known as the Conqueror. This Ottoman Sultan would achieve what had eluded his predecessors for over 100 years, the conquest of Constantinople, the heart of the Byzantine Empire. Constantinople, with its strategic location on the Bosporus Strait, was a prize coveted by many. Its impenetrable walls had withstood numerous sieges, making it seem impregnable. But Mehmed II was determined to succeed where others had failed. He assembled a massive army, equipped with the latest military technology, including giant cannons capable of smashing through the city's defenses. The siege of Constantinople in 1453 was a spectacle of epic proportions. Ottoman cannons bombarded the city walls, while Byzantine defenders fought bravely but were overwhelmed. After 53 days of relentless assault, the Ottomans breached the walls, and Constantinople, the once mighty capital of the Byzantine Empire, fell. Mehmed II's victory sent shockwaves throughout Europe. It marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, a civilization that had endured for over 1,000 years. The fall of Constantinople also signaled the rise of the Ottoman Empire as a major power on the world stage. Constantinople, renamed Istanbul, became the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. Section 5. Suleiman the Magnificent, the peak of Ottoman power. The Ottoman Empire reached its zenith under the reign of Suleiman I, known as Suleiman the Magnificent in the west and Kanuni the lawgiver in the east. Suleiman's reign from 1520 to 1566 was a golden age for the empire, marked by territorial expansion, legal reforms, and a flourishing of arts and culture. Suleiman was a brilliant strategist and military commander. He led Ottoman armies to victory in numerous campaigns, conquering vast territories in Europe, Asia, and Africa. His empire stretched from the gates of Vienna to the Persian Gulf, from Algiers in North Africa to the Caucasus Mountains. But Suleiman was not just a conqueror. He was also a wise and just ruler, earning the respect of his subjects and even his enemies. He reformed the Ottoman legal system, codifying laws and ensuring justice for all, regardless of religion or social status. He was a patron of the arts and sciences, presiding over a period of great intellectual and artistic creativity within the empire. Under Suleiman, the Ottoman Empire stood as the most powerful state in the Mediterranean world. Its influence extended far beyond its borders, shaping the political and cultural landscape of the 16th century. Section 6. A tapestry of cultures, art, architecture, and innovation. The Ottoman Empire wasn't just about military might and political power. It was a melting pot of cultures, a vibrant tapestry woven from the threads of many civilizations. This rich cultural blend fostered a flourishing of art, architecture, and intellectual pursuits. Ottoman architecture, a blend of Byzantine, Islamic, and Persian influences, produced stunning mosques, palaces, and public buildings. The Süleymaniye Mosque in Istanbul, commissioned by Suleiman the Magnificent, stands as a testament to their architectural genius. Its soaring dome and elegant minarets grace the Istanbul skyline, a symbol of Ottoman artistry and piety. The Ottomans were also known for their exquisite ceramics, carpets, and textiles, prized throughout the world for their beauty and craftsmanship. Their miniature paintings, often depicting scenes from courtly life or historical events, were highly sought after by collectors. In the fields of science and mathematics, Ottoman scholars made significant contributions. They excelled in astronomy, developing sophisticated instruments for observing the heavens. They made advances in cartography, producing detailed maps that aided their navigators and explorers. Section 7. The long decline, internal strife, and external pressures. The Ottoman Empire, like all empires, was not immune to the forces of decline. After the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent, a gradual but steady decline set in. A series of weak sultans, economic problems, and increasing pressure from European powers all contributed to the empire's weakening grip on power. Internal strife and corruption within the Ottoman bureaucracy hampered the empire's ability to govern effectively. Economic problems, partly caused by costly wars and declining trade revenues, led to inflation and social unrest. The Janissaries, once the elite infantry force of the Ottoman army, became increasingly powerful and difficult to control, further weakening the central authority. Meanwhile, European powers were growing stronger, driven by the age of exploration and the rise of mercantilism. They challenged Ottoman dominance in the Mediterranean Sea and began to encroach upon Ottoman territories. The Ottoman Empire, once a formidable power, was increasingly seen as the sick man of Europe, ripe for exploitation. Section 8. The Fall of a Giant, the Ottoman Empire in the 20th century. The 19th century saw a concerted effort by Ottoman rulers to modernize and reform the empire, known as the Tanzimat era. They introduced new legal codes, educational institutions, and military reforms in an attempt to catch up with European powers. However, these reforms were often too little, too late, and faced resistance from entrenched interests within the empire. The Ottoman Empire entered the 20th century weakened and vulnerable. Its involvement in World War I on the side of the Central Powers proved disastrous. The empire's defeat led to its collapse and dismemberment by Allied powers. From the ashes of the Ottoman Empire rose the modern Republic of Turkey, founded by Mustafa Kemal Ataturk in 1923. Ataturk implemented sweeping reforms, transforming Turkey into a secular, modern nation-state. Section 9. The Enduring Legacy, the Ottoman Empire today. The Ottoman Empire may be gone, but its legacy continues to shape the world we live in. For over 6 centuries, the Ottomans played a pivotal role in shaping the political, social, and cultural landscape of a vast region spanning 3 continents. Their architectural marvels, from the Süleymaniye Mosque in Istanbul to the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem, continue to inspire awe and wonder. Their cultural contributions, from coffee and baklava to the art of calligraphy and miniature painting, are enjoyed by people around the world. The Ottoman Empire's legacy is complex and multifaceted. It was an empire of great achievements, but also of contradictions. It was a time of cultural exchange and tolerance, but also of conflict and conquest. Understanding the Ottoman Empire in all its complexity is essential for comprehending the history of the Middle East, Europe, and the world we live in today.